chance to get in here, this song is called Icarus by Grifter. Just listen, it's a beautiful song. Leave a like, leave a like, leave a like. We're waiting for everybody to get in here. Just wanted everyone to hear the song. It's called Icarus by Grifter. It's a very beautiful song. There's a reason why I'm talking about Icarus, by the way. God, that is so damn beautiful. As I listen to that song, I can see everything as it's happening with Icarus. Now, if you guys do not know who Icarus was the son of Daedalus, okay, in Greek mythology. His father was the creator of the labyrinth, a huge maze located under the court of King Minos of Crete, where the Minotaur, a half-man, half-bull creature, lived. In order for the secret of the labyrinth to be kept, Minos had then imprisoned Daedalus and Icarus in a tower above his palace. Daedalus managed to create 2 sets of wings for himself and his son that were made of feathers glued together with wax. He taught Icarus how to fly and warned, hold on, let me scroll down, and warned him not to fly too high, which would cause the wax to melt, nor too low, which would cause the feathers to get wet with seawater. Together they flew out of the tower towards freedom. However, Icarus soon forgot his father's warnings and started flying higher and higher until the wax started melting under the scorching sun. His wings dissolved and he fell into the sea and drowned. The area of the sea where he fell took the name Icarian Sea after him, while a nearby island was named Icaria. And it's a very bittersweet story, but there's a reason behind this. And I'm getting to it because there's a specific interpretation that rings very true for this story here. Now, Icarus, I mean, think about it. The sun represents fire, and the sea, of course, is water. And he had to maintain his equilibrium between the two, not getting too high nor too low. But the interpretation for this, or rather the literary interpretation, has been found in the myth, the structure and consequence of personal over-ambition. An Icarus-related study of the Daedalus myth was published by the French Hellenist François Frontici Ducrot. In psychology, there have been synthetic studies of the Icarus complex with respect to the alleged relationship between fascination for fire, enuresis, high ambition, and ascensionism. Wait, no, ascensionism. I knew I said that wrong. In the psychiatric mind, features of disease were perceived in the shape of the pendulous emotional ecstatic high and depressive low of bipolar disorder. Henry Murray, having proposed the term Icarus complex, apparently found symptoms particularly in mania, where a person is fond of heights, fascinated by both fire and water. Narcissistic and observed with fantastical or far-fetched imaginary cognition. And now you guys are kind of understanding why I've applied it to this reading. We may be coming into contact with people like that, or we may identify with Icarus in many ways. Now, the Icarus deception points to the historical change in how Western culture both propagated and interpreted the Icarus myth, arguing that we tend to forget that Icarus was also warned not to fly too low, because seawater would ruin the lift in his wings. Flying too low is even more dangerous than flying too high because it feels deceptively safe. Saved. It feels deceptively safe. Now, I feel like, and this is also what created the saying, don't fly too close to the sun. So that song ties to it. And from here on out, you guys, I'm going to start linking the location to all of the songs that I play in my readings here. That way you guys can go back and enjoy it for yourselves. But not only is that a beautiful song, it's a beautiful story. And it's definitely something that we could definitely identify with and relate to. And you know what strikes me the most, what evokes more emotion out of me, is just the fact that his father had to watch him plummet into the sea. And the song that we just listened to, it's like I could visualize right along with the music. The music was creating the painting, the visual of all of it happening in order. It was like you could see him just flying high and just, you know, enjoying himself and not a care in the world. You know, sometimes I feel like that could even apply to addictions. You know, we're flying too high, we're flying too close to the sun. And we could definitely either identify with these energies, or we could be dealing with people like this. Now, keep in mind, you guys, I'm going to tell a story time after we do the reading, but I feel like I need to get into the reading first. And also, it's in the title as well, Titanium Quartz. I have it here, actually. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's very beautiful. This is a crystal for all chakras and all zodiac signs. As a matter of fact, let's get into that really quickly. So basically, the keywords associated with this crystal is increased life force and vitality, activation of the rainbow body, humor and relaxation, enjoyment of life. The element is storm and fire. So I find it very interesting that these things are correlating. And lately I've been seeing the numbers 88 and 66. And what's funny is this crystal's number is 66. Now, its properties, its healing properties. Titanium quartz clears a pathway for the vital life force to flow, energizing and enlivening all the chakras. Wearing one of these stones can make us feel grounded, centered, and energized all at once. It helps us to dispel sorrow, replacing it with joy by stimulating humor and relaxation. It can activate and enhance our mental abilities, making us more confident, self-aware, and focused. Sometimes it's also called titanium rainbow aura quartz. This stone is a natural quartz crystal which has been manufactured by bonding titanium oxide onto its surface, creating beautiful permanent colors in all the shades of the rainbow, which won't rub off or wash off. Handle these crystals carefully as they can become brittle as a result of the process. But these crystals can bring about change. And however, they also give us the confidence, strength, and power to support us to move into a better place, which is more aligned with our highest good, which definitely correlates with the numbers 66 and 88 as well. 66 personally is all about changing the mindset, changing paradigms. There's a big shift that's taking place in our paradigms and in our belief systems. This could also apply to just us, especially with the number 88, just us moving into a higher frequency. We start to see a change in status. So this could be financially or socially. And the number 8 also represents a change in financial status. And just within ourselves, we are reaching our infinite power, our infinite wisdom. So we're able to access that energy. And so I felt like titanium quartz and Icarus were very relevant energies that focus on what we're going to be dealing with here. But I find that to be interesting because that quartz takes on the properties of the titanium itself. So that's pretty cool. Also, I found this interesting as well. It's a silicon dioxide mineral with a hardness of 7. So that also is a number associated with that. So 7 is all about the spiritual realm. It's all about the inner God within all of us, the inner God and goddess. So the divine. The affirmation that goes with this crystal as well. I embrace life with joy, enthusiasm, and good humor. And I feel the flow of life energy running strongly through me. So that could help someone. Also, I've noticed the numbers 911. I took a walk today, and usually I'll put my phone on airplane mode, and I will put some music on and just let it shuffle, and I'll walk and I'll just look around. And sometimes I'll see in like signs or like license plates or just numbers and dates or whatever I'm looking at the time. The number is 66, 88, 22, 11, 33, 44. I mean, it's all there, 55, and it's been more prominent and it's been coming through a lot stronger. So our angels are definitely trying to call to us to let us know that right now we are moving through an extremely profound transitional period in our lives. And we really have to, treat ourselves with an extensive amount of care, and we have to be very gentle with how we handle ourselves at this time because of that. And again, that coincides with the story of Icarus within itself, not to fly too high, but also not to fly too low. And that's so beautiful. I get chills just talking about it. And just seeing how it all ties together. Synchronicity, I mean, even birds. I saw a hawk today, and it was interesting because there was so much wind, It was so windy today that I had to fight the wind as I was walking. It was moving me. It was so strong. And it was so strong, it was holding that hawk back. He was trying to ride on it and float on it, but he couldn't. And it was cute. I kind of stopped and looked at him and I was like, damn. And to me, it was very symbolic of how we could be, again, over ambitious and to exert too much energy going towards something where we're blocked at the moment. Or maybe we're going somewhere, we're going towards somewhere that's not meant for us. That could be divine intervention. So he kind of, after a while, after trying to fight it, he finally just flew off the opposite direction where the wind was favoring his movement and his, his body. And it was so cute, but I also was just mesmerized by the wingspan of hawks and just seeing its, majestic, just like presence. I love things like that. Just birds in general. I've been noticing a lot of that, a lot of moths, a lot of butterflies. And that could be very relevant to what we've been seeing and coming across. That's another way that angels use signs to communicate with us. Music especially, I like to let my playlist shuffle. So for some of you, you guys could be listening to something on the radio, or you're doing something and you're grocery shopping or whatever, and they're playing a song and you just hear it and it resonates with you. And maybe it's something you haven't heard in forever, but it lifts your spirits. It has a message in there for all of us. And so, even blue jays, cardinals, things like that, I always like to see that. Even crows, blackbirds, it's just beautiful. And, so far what I see is we are getting more in touch with our spirituality. And in that sense, we are able to pick up on those signs a lot more. And, I really feel like right now there's some personal struggles or some inner conflicts that we may be dealing with, things going on personally within our family, or just concerning, legal issues or family situations, living situations, where you're kind of anticipating getting what you need to be able to walk through that door of stability and abundance. Now, personally, I feel like the mind is something that we will be contending with more so at this time. And I really feel like as we are getting more acquainted with our spirituality, we're able to find teachers. This could be in the form of artists, just in general, such as, again, composers, musical artists, those who are also in the spiritual community, who are able to use their gifts to share their wisdom or to share these messages. I feel like we are coming into contact with more people that can help us access this deeper wisdom within all of us, as well as some knowledge that maybe we wouldn't have attained on our own. So we are able to expand. And so I feel like also we are abiding by the rules, the rules of engagement. If we are having to abide by certain requirements by different organizations, dealing with lawyers, dealing with contracts, things like that. Maybe you guys could be getting more into your religion, just trying to get your ducks in the row, and trying to, maintain your family unit, but there are things right now concerning all of these areas of our lives that may be causing some anxiety here. And this could be due to external energies that we're picking up on, because remember, we're starting to tap into our intuition so very deeply. And so, as we are tapping into this, the brain has to process exactly what we are receiving. So we won't really get it immediately. And so as we are processing all of this, as we are getting acquainted with all of these different teachers, these spiritual teachers, and, taking care of our family, our home, there's just a lot of fears circulating around this. And we could be doubting certain things here. And you know what? I don't know why my eye is doing that. But anyways, I feel like also when it concerns commitment, you know, maybe once upon a time, you guys could be dealing with a lot of stress concerning a marriage or a relationship here. That could be causing a lot of anxiety for you, a lot of doubts here. Someone's kind of, you know, at a loss for words. They don't really know what else to do. This is a situation that's not really maturing. It's not really blossoming here. But I also feel like this is a situation where we have had to abandon it. I mean, I even see that there is a ring of fire here. We've had to jump through hoops to try and make something work here. But all it's done is create more sadness and disappointment, you know? So we just feel like the situation is hopeless. So we've decided to abandon it, you know, and walk away. But like I said, with this ring of fire here, I feel like, you know, we've had to jump through hoops to try and sustain this. You know, we kind of felt in a way, we felt a little bit boxed in. I also feel like there are different situations where we have had to use that dynamite. Look at one of those cups. We had to blow multiple situations up because it just wasn't fulfilling anymore. We saw that things were not coming through. People were not coming through. You know, it could be a fire sign where we felt that way. You know, maybe we've reached out to them, or maybe they have reached out to us, and maybe, you know, they realize that we're not replying anymore. We have been dealing with a lot of frustration concerning certain things, especially concerning work or, you know, a living situation, money, things like that. And there could be some delays right now that could be causing the stress, but I still see things working out in our favor. It's just going to take a little bit more time. So maybe this is just more of a situation where we just aren't seeing our ships come in when we would like to see them, but they are still in fact coming in. Right? And I also see this, you know, the Princess of Wands is a beautiful energy to tie in with that Hierophant. I also see Taurus with that as well. Some of you guys could be going to school here, and you're starting to move forward with your goals now that you've walked away from these different, you know, emotional situations. You decided not to put your energy and focus and time and effort into that, and focus on things that you can learn, things that will help you grow spiritually. I also feel like we are getting more creative, and we are starting to tap into that passion once again. We're starting to actualize these ideas that we may have come across, you know, over time. And so I also feel like there's someone here that could be expressing some interest here. Maybe they're just contacting us here, and this could be bringing about a lot of energy. And maybe our outlet is creativity. Our outlet is, you know, pursuing our goals, focusing on our passions. And with this, with, you know, the Nine of Swords being smack dab in the middle of this Hierophant and Ace of Cups, which is very interesting. You know, although we have this anxiety here, this is coming to an end. You know, we've had sleepless nights concerning this, you know, stress that's come of this. And now that we've decided to move forward and start anew, I feel like we are more hopeful this time around, because we have decided to not settle any longer and to walk away from anyone who leaves us feeling like this, confused and kind of isolated, or, you know, you feel weighed down, or you feel like this dark cloud above you. We decide to move away from that. And we start to regain our balance. And I see that we start to give birth to all of these different ideas. We start to give birth to, you know, our self-love, our self-confidence. And we start to, you know, to come from a place of love, therefore attracting new offers here. Some of us could be expecting, and that could be causing a lot of stress as well. Maybe it could have been an unexpected situation here for some of you guys. But I do see that we are blossoming as we start to tap more into our spirituality, and we get acquainted with these teachers that we come across. This could be, you know, even people in passing, you know, not just tarot readers. This could be people that we come across and we'll probably never, you know, never see again, but, you know, their message rang true for us in some way. Or we crossed paths in some way. But I do see this restlessness, you know, concerning all of this. We need to get back into our center. You know, I feel like right now, some of us are living too much in the mind. You know, we're flying too close to the sun here. And so we need to come right down in, in the middle, between the ground and the sky. And we need to ride the wind. And wherever the wind blows, we have to ride that wind. Just like that hawk in the sky that I saw earlier, he couldn't pass. He had to turn the other way. He may have been planning to go that way. And, he could be all upset that things didn't go according to plan, but he just accepted, okay, this is not going to work. Let me go a different direction. If we've been going too much outward, we need to pull ourselves back inward. If we've been, going out too much and, being around big crowds and it's been, muddying our energy, we need to pull back and take some time to ourselves. Get reacquainted with ourselves. Find our center. Because there are some things concerning, just separations in general. Things that have, left us feeling heartbroken. That left us sitting, alone. Wondering, if we'll ever find love again. And the answer is yes, we will find love again. But we must take our time to get reacquainted with who we are, what our standards are, what our boundaries are, what we want, what we will settle on, what we won't settle on, and what we will, compromise on. Whatever is external to us could be the cause of what's pulling us into our mind and keeping us trapped there. Any situation where we may have dealt with being triangulated, especially, of course that could take or potentially take a hit to our self-esteem in some way. And if we've dealt with it multiple times, that could definitely be an issue where maybe we need to come back into ourselves and realize that our worth does not stem from other people's definitions and perceptions and opinions of us. For those that did not appreciate our presence, we are making them miss us with our absence. Because we know that it needs to be done, or else we will continue the vicious cycle of getting our hearts broken over and over and over again. And again, I see a lot of threes here. And yes, I could harp on the fact that yes, threes can be third party situations, but threes are mainly about our wishes coming true. Whatever we have prayed for, whatever we have been working for, whatever we have been consistently learning, whatever skills we have been building, whatever we have been doing to accomplish self-mastery. This is where we find our strengths. This is where we start to bloom and blossom. This is where we start to manifest more opportunity. This is where our center is, in our passions, in our work, in our hobbies, in our creative projects. All threes, if you've been seeing a lot of 333s, that is our angels trying to communicate with us and tell us that, yes, we are here to help. And not only that, whatever you have been asking for, whatever you have been praying for, whatever it is that you are in need of, be patient. But we have already answered that. It is on its way. Just be patient. Be grateful and bask in what you do have for the moment. And wait for what you have been praying for, what you desire. Continue to put in that effort, because this is where your pot of gold lies. And we can't have a rainbow without a little rain. So now that we've reached that rainbow, we find that pot of gold at the very end by continuing to consistently work towards self-mastery, mastering our craft, making that effort to take care of our home, to get our finances in order, to budget properly. This is where we can start to bring in more opportunity, I'm telling you. We just have to stay out of our minds. It seems that we may have stepped back into the storm in some way. I mean, look at how this is depicted. This is the Hanged Man reversed. Again, this is a major arcana identifying that energy of delays. The Hangman reverse is all about delays. We could have been dealing with people who have been very egoistic. And so we have had to walk away because, you know, we're better than that. We don't have to settle for that. Again, calculating to another 3. And moving into yet another 3. 3, 3, 3 is in this reading. Well, actually 4 3s, but within the spread itself, it's 3, 3, 3. Could also be 4, 4, 4s. As I stated before, I mean, all of those numbers, you know, these are all messages to us. And matter of fact, I will be posting those videos very soon, expressing those meanings for each angel number. But as we see here with the 3 of Pentacles, this is all about collaboration. You start to meet new people as we are learning, training, building our skills, meeting other people who may be doing the same thing in the same niche, you know, people that are, you know, in other parts of business that could potentially help you market yourself or help you find even better ways, maybe help you find a home. You could be looking for roommates, or, you know, you're just focusing on, you know, dealing with people that you can work together creatively. Maybe you're putting your money together towards a trip here. I mean, all of these different things. We could be stepping back into the ring in the dating field. You know, we could have 3 choices so far. Maybe, you know, we're working through who we would like and who we don't. And it could be here that maybe we still haven't yet found that person, for those that may apply to. But we still are finding different opportunities here that will help us reach the top of that financial mountain, help us reach our destination. Especially with this Ace of Wands. This is beautiful that we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands together. Isn't that just beautiful? This is all about us tapping into that passion, all of these ideas that we have had in its gestation period. We are now taking action towards that. We just need to be careful not to get distracted. Don't allow other people to distract us from our bottom line, our goals, from finding true love, from finding more opportunities, more ways to, you know, create. Some of you guys could have been dealing with a situation where a third party got pregnant. Or maybe the third party had a child already with someone and you didn't know about it. Now you have to move on. That could be weighing on your heart for some of you. But I do see things working out in our favor regardless. I love this. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So wow. So this is clarifying the 3 of Wands reversed. So remember when I was telling you guys that although whatever we have been praying for or working towards and waiting for, although it's not coming yet, it is definitely coming in. This is a 10 of Pentacles. I mean, wealth, abundance, massive gains, right? Like, beautiful. It's just going to be delayed. So for those of you worrying about money, don't even worry about it. I even see commitment coming on the way. Damn, look at this. Shit, we got the wheel. Yes, bitch, yes. Say what? Say what? Yes, bitch, yes. Say what? Say what? Yes, bitch, yes. Say what? Say what? Yes, bitch, yes. We got the fucking wheel. Everything is going in our favor. We're getting the good karma that we have accumulated through our lifetime. That's amazing. Like, look, I can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Anyways, scratch that. Oh shit, that's funny. But no, we have the wheel, and I feel the energy, and it is so beautiful. So many things are going to start going in our favor. And it just seems like, you know, everything is so synchronistic. It's almost humorous. It's too synchronistic. Everything is coming together like perfectly. It's like we find that missing puzzle piece once we take that leap of faith, and we are not being enticed by these traps here of people wanting to, you know, let me help you grow your money, you know, and then they give you that funny money, or, you know, maybe they're just using it as a trap to keep you bound, you know, to what their agenda is. We're not falling victim to that. We've, you know, taken our shot. I love this card too, the Sacred Clown, which is the Fool in this deck. Look at that. We are aware of the traps that are set out for us, but for those of us that wronged us, it will be set right once and for all, and we will be seeing evidence of that. As a matter of fact, let me put this back. Let's do this one. Okay. So, so basically, Starman again, baby. I mean, would you just look at it? Hello, David Bowie. Would you just look at where we're going, baby? We're going to the moon and back, baby. We're going to Saturn. We're going to Pluto. We're going to Venus. We're going to Mars. We're going here in floating cars. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're reaching the fucking stars. We are manifesting everything that we need and more. We are reaching our fullest potential. We are starting to identify hidden talents. We are starting to find our power. We are charged up. Look at him. He's charged up. He's charged up because he don't give a fuck. He's charged up. He's charged up. He's charged up because he don't give a fuck. Hold up. He's charged up. He's charged up. Okay, you get it? So, you know, we decided, because we charged up and we don't give a fuck, you know, we decided to not reunite with people that we don't need, honey. People that leave us feeling like this, like, what? What is this person doing? You know? Am I really seeing and hearing what I'm seeing and hearing right now? You know, look at this. That's what it looks like. Something's not right, and I don't need to be sticking around to try and figure out why it's not right. I need to decide, with the Two of Cups reversed, that I'm not going to reunite with certain people ever again, whether that's family, friend, lover, or otherwise. Okay, so, you know, it's because it was imbalanced for so long that we finally have found our self-worth. Because, are y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Because we charged up. We charged up. We charged up because we don't give a fuck. Hey, we charged up. We charged up. We charged up because we don't give a fuck. Hey, okay. So other people that we've decided not to reunite with, I really do feel like, you know, they're really starting to come to terms with the fact that it's done and that we are reaching where we set out to reach. With or without them, we don't need them, you know? Beautiful. Ooh, a lot of cards coming out for that. So very interesting how I was just talking about people that we've decided not to reunite with. People are feeling very regretful. There's a lot of sadness because we've decided not to reunite with this. There was so much conflict, especially family. You know, that may have, you know, created some lingering hurts for us here. But, you know, damn, we had to walk away from this. But there could be a tendency for some of us to focus on what we do not have more so than focusing on what we do have. And so this is where we start to shift. We start to shift from focusing on what we don't have to focusing on what we do. And that's where the blessings really start to multiply. Things start to manifest exponentially. Overcoming our challenges, because guess what card came out again? Fuck this cup, fuck that cup, fuck everybody's cup, fuck your cup, fuck her cup, fuck his cup. And we already said fuck all the cups. We talked about this yesterday, right? Yep. We said fuck all your cups because we don't give a fuck. Because we charged up. We charged up. Okay, like we're not dealing with deception. We don't deal with people. We had a lot of people actually offering something to us in some way, shape, or form. And so we decided we could see through the illusions that they were trying to, portray, and I also feel like we have kind of looked past the gaslighting for those of us that have dealt with that for so many years. And so we've broken free from deception. And other people are still trying to, change the subject, or they're trying to avoid holding themselves accountable, or they're trying to, you know what I mean? But, they've been found out with the Seven of Swords reversed. So, any sort of lying, cheating, anything that's been done in the dark will be brought to light. It will always come to light. And at this point, this has come to light finally. And so although it may have created some sadness, I do feel like that some people are remorseful. They just don't know how to show it. But we've already said, fuck your cup, fuck that cup, fuck everybody's cup, because it is what it is. And we've decided to pull back and take that time to ourselves to really, have that time for, self-reflection, introspection. The Six of Pentacles reversed, we could be stressing about, some issues concerning debt, or some issues concerning, a situation where we are owed money. And now we're going to have to take legal action. Or we're paying money for lawyers. And so it's kind of putting us in the negative. I also feel like some of us are, coming across people that may use their generosity or their money for the wrong reasons. Like they don't use it to genuinely help from their heart. They use it so they could make the other person feel guilty or feel obligated to do something for them. We also realize that certain relationships where it's been one-sided, where it's just been us doing all the work and everybody else has been going and doing their own thing. I just feel like this is us and people can't even see us, they just like we're not standing there, And so, yeah, I just feel like now we've decided to move on from that. And we have integrated our shadow side here by dealing with some of these issues here and starting to turn our weaknesses into strengths. But we have learned a lot through our experiences. And so through that, we have grown so much stronger. So we have the Five of Swords. So there could have been some things concerning a very bitter breakup or a bitter divorce. There could have been a situation here where it could have been broken families or broken homes. It could be a situation concerning a mother here or a motherly figure, stepmother, something like that, that caused a lot of conflict in the home. I also see that there could have been some verbal abuse here. Someone's just more concerned about, not looking weak. And, rather than trying to heal the situation and find a resolution or some sort of middle ground, this person would rather just, try and always have the best this or the best that. It's always a silent competition with this person. It seems like this person never ever wants to congratulate you for your win. You know what I'm saying? Even though we all know and everybody sees that we're winning. So I feel like we have decided to move on from this. We also realize that certain things that we may have put effort into, especially concerning these relationships because of a third party situation, I do feel like we finally realize that this is not anything real. There could be a situation where a third party also, you found out that this person got pregnant, or there could be some issues concerning that. Ladies, if you guys have been having any health issues, I want to mention as well, I'm getting this from my guides, that you may want to look out, maybe get checked out, just have a checkup and see what's going on. Some of you guys, if you are dealing with certain symptoms that you don't feel are normal, there could be some hormonal imbalances going on as well. But I do also feel like, especially concerning money, there's someone here that's been really codependent in some way, or this person is just codependent in general. They always need to be needed. Someone here is codependent on someone else for money. And so, I just feel like there's just a lot of conflict that's been causing a lot of anxiety for us. I also feel like there are people that are probably coming at us a bit harshly, and it could be, bringing on this energy of psychic attack a little bit. But I do feel like we are going to move past that. It's interesting that, oh my God. For some of us, we could have family members, specifically our mothers, that they're causing a lot of issues. They could be blocking our path. You know, it could be a mother-daughter relationship where the mother is blocking the daughter's path intentionally due to some deep-seated jealousy or due to narcissism, something like that. But I also feel like this Chariot was reversed at first when I saw it, and then it flipped right side up. So we're going to talk about that. The reverse, I really feel like we've been feeling stuck. You know, there are some external things that may feel like, you know, we're kind of spinning our wheels in place. We're running in place. And so now we reach a point where we're starting to turn all of that around. And we've, you know, we may have gone into something here with a Cancer or Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here, where we may have, you know, thought things were on the right track at first, but then things start to take a turn. And so we find out that someone here is abusive or they're really manipulative with money. They thought that they could buy us, or they thought that they could influence our decisions with money, or maybe they could, you know, show their love with money. But that wasn't enough. And that wasn't, you know, that wasn't what was required of them. What was required of them was to give nurturing and love, stability, and, you know, to take care of us. But that's not what they gave to us. And so I do feel like we are getting acquainted with, you know, our own sense of stability, and we are taking care of our own family. You know, if we are starting one, for those of you that applies to, or, you know, whatever we are doing to make money, we're starting to really come into wealth and abundance. But we've removed, you know, especially a fatherly figure too here as well. He could be really withholding with money, or, you know, he could just be, you know, all about money. And so, you know, he's never really had any emotional connection to much of anyone, but, you know, he was sure able to get you the newest thing or whatever to appease you for the time. But that within itself is also neglecting, you know, what everyone needs, which is love and nurturing, which it doesn't cost a thing to give that, which all we needed was support and compassion. It doesn't cost a thing to give those things. All we needed was you to listen and to genuinely be empathetic to what we were trying to say, rather than shut us down and abuse us and call us disrespectful when you knew that we weren't being disrespectful. We were just calling a spade and you just didn't want to hear the truth about yourself. We're now coming into our power, and with this chariot now being turned right side up, we are now moving forward with more focus, with more precision. We are seeing success in doing this. And again, the wheel comes out again. Can't make this shit up. The wheel comes out again. By keeping to ourselves, seeking solace and solitude, listening to our intuition, which is also a part of the title, and applying the interpretation of Icarus, not flying too high, not flying too low, not getting over enthusiastic and not becoming pessimistic. We will start to see everything shift. Things are already shifting. It's just delayed. Just like when you do a ritual or a spell, or just like, you know, when you're cooking. Cooking is a ritual. Cleaning is a ritual. When you're cleaning is a ritual. It takes time. When you're planting seeds, nurturing and tending to your garden, it takes time. So that's all the angels are trying to convey to us through those synchronistic signs, such as those numbers. We've been talking about birds, animals, so on and so forth. But I do love this energy. I absolutely love it. This is so beautiful, you guys. The sun reversed. Yes, we may have had to walk away from certain friendships that just weren't fulfilling anymore. We weren't happy with them anymore because they were not maturing. We were not helping each other grow. It was the same old thing, same, you know, day in and day out. We've been doing the same thing for years. We're ready for change. We've been betrayed. We've dealt with the pain. We've pulled those swords out of our backs. We are pulling ourselves out of our mental prisons. We did what we had to do, and now we are healing from that once and for all. We had to end this. Any depression or sadness or pessimism that we may be feeling, keep in mind, do not focus on what's been lost. Focus on what we have. And this is only temporary. Wow. Ooh, well, there you go. I like how that came out. These cards are so funny. Oh, the universe in general is just so funny. I love it. I love it. I feel like we are so in tune. We have now become it. We are becoming the stars. We are stardust. That is what we are made of. We have water, earth, air, and fire within us. We are magic. And by us being consistent and moving forward, although it may be slow, we are still taking steps towards our higher purpose. Ace of Swords, we see the truth. We have now reached clarity. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Da-da-da-da-da-da, 84, I don't know the words. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. So y'all know I'll be coming through with the songs though. I'll be coming through. So I feel like by us moving slowly and methodically and each and every day, you know, tending to our garden, our temples, ourselves, our spirit, our mind, body, and spirit, the Holy Trinity, that is also what the number 3 represents. We must listen to those sirens. Woo, I'm on fire, huh? The Holy Trinity, baby. It'll set that ass on fire once you get those 3 aligned, mind, body, and spirit, baby. Okay, then you got to put out the fire. If y'all can't hear that fire truck, girl, they are further reiterating and confirming what I just said. Once we align those 3 things, baby, exactly. Holy Trinity, honey, we will be at our optimum performance level. Okay, girl. So again, the glow up is real, but we have to keep up the glow up. You know what I'm saying? We have to not listen to the bottom feeders. You know what I'm saying? We have to speak our truth and make shit known. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to cut off things that are no longer serving our higher purpose. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to cut off people that are not doing better for themselves or for their lives, because our vibe attracts our tribe, and we don't need to be bringing ourselves down with those types of people. You know what I'm saying? So by doing our own thing and working towards our goals, getting out there, putting our faces out there, getting out there, really getting our feet wet, get your hands dirty, you know, this is where we really start to see growth. Money is definitely going to be coming in, you guys, but it's going to be real slow. We're going to hear communication about, hey, you got this job, or hey, you got the money, or hey, whatever. And everything's going to ease your mind. So get out of your mind if you've been focused mainly on money, if you're not focused on these relationship issues. But the reason why I try and include everything in my readings is because I know I read for a lot of people, but I know that it, something will resonate with you. Take from it what applies. But all I know is it's beautiful energy regardless. This King of Wands reverse. Let's talk about this. We have spoken our truth to this fatherly figure, a boss, a landlord, someone that is a narcissist, someone that's all about sex, somebody that's all about their bottom line. They don't care how you feel. They don't care about the truth. They always want to run from the truth. They'll avoid having to hold themselves accountable. Remember, I talked about that energy. This is this person here. It could be a fatherly figure, a boss, a manager. It could be just someone here in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius who's like this, or they could have fire in their chart. But I definitely feel like this person is very manipulative and they're very abusive, and they already know. So if we are armed with knowledge of narcissism, talking about narcissism with our parents is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be putting out. I know I keep talking about it, but there's a lot that I've been doing. I've gotten organized, gotten everything in order. So I'm going to start talking about these things because this needs to be talked about. Situations within our family can really cause a lot of trauma that could be irreparable for certain people. Certain people are not strong enough to overcome, certain traumas like that, but we are overcoming. But the thing is, this person needed to be told off, and we told them off. We said we had to, say them, we cut them off, and that was it. No more going back and listening to the I'm sorry's. Okay. Oh my God. It could be a motherly figure too. Queen of Wands reverse. Somebody that's jealous. She's really jealous of her children. She doesn't know what her children likes to do. She doesn't really seem interested in what her children, what her children does. She's not involved. She seems really aggressive and angry. She's not really nurturing and loving here. This could be someone dealing with a third party where this is the other woman who's like this, and maybe they have kids together, so she's like this with the kids or like this with him. There could be someone where, you know, we've dealt with a person with the, you know, the narcissist that's all about sex. He could be frequenting prostitutes and going around spreading shit. I hate to bring that stuff up, but let's go ahead and get real with it, because that's what this looks like. We could be dealing with a third-party situation where this person is, in fact, hopping around and doing whatever. Some of us could be dealing with, again, fire sign, Pisces. You know, there's a lot of signs here. There are a lot of people here. This is talking about everybody, matter of fact. But I'll tell you what. You know, I'll tell you what. Okay? King of the Hill, I'll tell you what. Boy, this moon reversed. Yeah, somebody's trying to play games. Somebody's trying to trick us. Again, trying to gaslight, but it's not working. There are a lot of situations, especially concerning family, where it's caused a lot of unhappiness. But by us focusing on removing any insecurities that may have been instilled within us because of these types of traumas, because of dealing with narcissists, whether it is family, friend, or lover, or otherwise, we need to put more focus into ourselves, continue to do what we have been doing, and to focus on self-love and self-confidence, to listen to our intuition. When we meet new people, we will come across that same energy, because we attract all energies, because we are so vibrant and light. That is the curse with that. It's a blessing and a curse, right? So in knowing that, when we do step back into the ring, when we do start going out and putting ourselves out there, you know, we have to be careful of sharks and snakes. But we can't stay stuck in this unhappiness. We have to release these fears, all of that anxiety. We have to get outside of our minds. If that means going out and taking a walk, if that means, you know, whatever it is that you can do, cook, walk, clean, work, do a creative projects, play a guitar, make a video, sing a song, listen to music, make bracelets, whatever. Go meet up with a friend for lunch, fuck around, go smoke a blunt, whatever. Go do something to get your mind off of that. Do something constructive and productive. You need to get your ass up and do something constructive. And that's where we will start to find our inner power. And that's when we start to realize that this healing is very real and very strong. The Ten of Swords reverse came out again. All this betrayal that we have ever dealt with, we are now overcoming, and we are turning our weaknesses into strength, so they can no longer hit us where it used to hurt, right? Because it doesn't hurt there anymore. So you can't hit us there anymore. If anything, we must thank narcissists in a way for teaching us what we don't want to become and teaching us how to avoid the next one. And that's where this comes in. These endings that we have dealt with, they were inevitable. These were supposed to happen in order for us to reach our ascension. Seven of Wands, there's a lot of competition, but we're still coming out on top of the competition. We are still on the top of that hill. And again, this is because we are not letting other people's opinions face us. And we're also standing our ground. We're not going to be quiet and silent about it either. We're not going to be no bitch. We're not going to, you know, go out like no bitch. So we're standing firmly atop our throne. There's a lot of people trying to take their shot, but they're hitting and missing. And so I feel like because we've stood our ground, because we are standing for ourselves, standing for our vision, standing for our passions, it will bring about a lot of people here that will try and bring us down to their level. But be wary not to get too overly invested in your work. Again, the Icarus complex. Do not fly too high and do not fly too low. Slow and steady wins the race. Some of us could be feeling like we're tired of being single. We're ready to get back into the dating world, you know. We could be dealing with suitors where we're just either not interested or vice versa. They could be not interested in us, you know, or maybe it's a mutual thing. But we still focus on ourselves and what's best for us. We don't settle anymore. If we want to go out and splurge on ourselves, we do. But we realize that we need to start putting our money into things that will, you know, make our money work for us. There could be definitely somebody here that is financially codependent on the other. And that's the only reason why they're in the relationship. Again, very narcissistic. They will use someone else to be able to lift themselves up until they can leave and find someone that appears to be better to them. That's what this person looks like as well. But assured success is a prominent energy in our future here. And as long as we do not stay too focused on the past and the future, you know, we need to remain in the present. We need to remain focused on our goal. Keep your eye on the prize. And we will come out on top. But if you don't see immediate success, don't throw in the towel just yet. Because the minute you may throw, you know, feel like throwing in the towel, and then you let yourself throw in the towel, you know, then it's like, damn, your opportunity to really shine passes you up. But if you continue to fight through, even though it looks bleak or it looks like things aren't really moving as quickly as you would like, you will start to see things shift in a big, big way. Oh, I see judgment. Focus on the infinite amount of possibilities. Don't let yourself settle for someone. If you don't like them, you don't like them. There's more fish in the sea. If you don't like a certain job position, there's more opportunity that you can look into, just in general. Oh, okay, beautiful. So we have the Strength card and the Eight of Swords reversed. So some of us could be dealing with the Leo specifically, for those of us dealing with the fire sign. And so we've released ourselves from this. Some of us could be dealing with someone that got released from jail here. And I also feel like this person's very prideful. They've always been very arrogant. And so some of us could be dealing with men who are very depraved, very psychotic. They are just very combative. Maybe they have a tendency to be very defensive. Maybe they have a tendency to try and knock us off, you know, off of the top of that hill themselves with their own darkness and fears. And so we may tend to absorb that. We need to be wary of that. But I do see with the Strength here reversed that we are no longer exerting any effort or energy into, you know, certain situations that have not provided us with emotional fulfillment and stability. I also feel like here we have realized that the problems that we may have been, you know, viewing as bigger than what they actually were, we're starting to see that they weren't big at all, and that we have released ourselves from this mindset. We changed our mind. We may have wanted to move forward with someone here, but now we decide that we'd be better off on our own because it just doesn't mesh. On some level, there's just something about someone here that just doesn't sit right, and that's probably where that King of Wands reverse energy comes in too. But the Nine of Wands, this is a test of our faith to see, you know, how badly do we want it? Will we keep fighting in the face of adversity? Will we keep fighting in the face of conflict, in the face of challenges, in the face of opposition? And we will. And in doing so, we see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so I feel like there could be some creative projects where you feel like business hasn't been really doing well, or you feel like there's something where, you know, it hasn't been providing you with the long-term stability that you were looking for, especially concerning those that have started their own business. Some of you guys could be feeling like there's more money going out than coming in, or maybe you feel like there's just something that's not giving you this long-term stability that you're looking for. This could also refer to a situation where there's just a lack of understanding within your family here, and it could be due to religious differences. Maybe they are Christian or Catholic or some other, you know, dogmatic religion, and we have decided to be spiritual. We delve in tarot cards. We, you know what I mean? We talk about psychics, things like that, empaths and light workers. And so they may not agree with that lifestyle. And so they may also try and, you know, knock you off your pedestal there because, you know, they choose to remain closed-minded and at least, you know, not give you the room to be yourself. You know, they don't have to believe what you believe, but at least be supportive, you know, but there's a lack of that. And so I feel like, you know, whatever you've been tending to, you feel like things are just not blossoming here. But I do feel like eventually things will start to shift. I also feel like with this Prince of Swords, you know, we could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person is really kind of hot-headed. They move very quickly. And I think they're really more impulsive than anything else. So they may make a move a little bit too quickly just due to a misunderstanding, even I'm hearing. And so this person may reach out and speak to us. I also feel like our spirit guides are trying to contact us, letting us know that whatever we are feeling about that person is correct. Because again, we have the Emperor reverse, and I thought we got away from this guy, but I guess not, because guess who's back? Fuck you. He's back. I don't know who told him to come back, but he's back. I don't know who the fuck told him to come back. This is, Listen, mommy and daddy are here, you guys. I'm going to pull all these cards. Oh, but guess who's here? We're going to talk about this in a second. We're going to wrap it all up with the wheel. I like how this works. Mommy and daddy's here. Fuck you. And then this is just, this is some bitch. She just wants to bitch about stuff. She always wants, has something to say. She's real abusive, just like her dad, just like our fathers. But then both of them are equally abusive and kind. And then, she can't seem to get a place on her own. So she has to stay with other men. And she's always codependent on other people. So she sticks with men that make her feel sad, that they're really apathetic to her, but she chooses to stay with them because she needs the money, but she doesn't really realize that she's teaching her daughters and her sons that, oh my God, you should settle for codependent and narcissistic relationships, because look at our father, he was a narcissist and she settled for him because she needed money, and now daddy's still over here abusing people and trying to control shit, but he ain't got no control because we're apathetic to it. Now we realize that we gave them our love and we tried to chase for so long, but they were apathetic to it, so we decided to come back within ourselves and to do what we need to do, because no, fuck you, Mr. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, we're not talking about none of this no more, because we decided that you didn't give us love. You didn't nurture us when we needed you to. You're not going to do what you need to do. You over here living your life recklessly, and you over here trying to tell somebody else how to live. You over here trying to judge me because of my belief systems, but really you live your life fucked up. But yeah, you want to call yourself religious? Okay, some of us could be dealing with that too. So we are deciding to keep to ourselves. And in doing so, we are healing. But all these people here, they feel like they should keep us in the palm of their hand. That's how they want to do us. They want to control us. But we need to focus on the fact that no, not all is lost. These people are over here sitting here because we are not, feeding into their games anymore. We are not allowing them to hurt us and break us anymore like they used to. We're done. We already sought out our justice. Our spirit guides have been with us the whole time. Our loved ones that we may not have here anymore, they are still with us and they are still assisting us. They are watching us and they are cheering us on. Keep going to whatever you're focusing on, and fuck all of these people that want to bring us down. We see the truth. There are other people that are watching us. They could be the ones doing ghost profiles. They could be the ones doing all this. There could have been cheating in the family. We could have seen our father cheat on our mother. But yet he's trying to teach us about men and about the type of men that we should avoid. That's the type of person that looks like. Real manipulative. Always controlling, withholding money from the mother and not being able to take care of the child because they're not together. Trying to hold that over the mother's head or vice versa. Somebody's using the other to not pay child support. Somebody's going to try, using the child to pay child support, putting the child in the middle of all of that, all the while abusing the child. That's what I see. We've sought our justice. We've cut it off. Now we're exchanging ideas with those who can help us with our businesses, who can help us with our dreams. We're cutting away anyone who leaves us feeling like this. We are letting this go. Okay, Emily, I got you, sweetie. That was very powerful, because the wheel, whatever's been done to us, like I said yesterday, the curse is reversed and broken. That's generational curses passed down from generation to fucking generation. People forget about those curses. They think that other people, in this life are cursing them. That may be true, but mainly it's generational curses. We have to keep in mind that we have to pray to have that broken. We have to break the cycle that our family has perpetuated. We cannot become the very same things that they themselves have become from their past parents, and the generation before that, and the generation before that. I hate to say this, but generational curses can be brought on by incest. It can be brought on by abuse. It can be brought on by drug use. It can be brought on by all of these different things within the family. People don't know this about their history. So they're going around, they got parents with demons on them. And all the while they're just being cursed and cursed and cursed and trying to go back to the family, trying to make things right, but they don't realize they're going back right into the lion's den. Whoever we're dealing with that's like that has chosen to accept the darkness. They have not chosen the light, so we can't save them. God helps those who help themselves, and they're definitely not helping themselves. So we're going to help ourselves, so our ancestors and God can help us. Okay, we're going to lead by example now. Enough chasing and talking. The wheel is here. This is for us. Whether people like it or not, this is for us. Okay? Everybody knows that this is our destiny. Good fortune, money is coming to us. Keep learning, keep going to school, keep doing your apprenticeship. If you're waiting for a new job, it may be delayed, but keep putting that effort in. Show your worth, show the universe what you are made of. Show yourself what you are made of, because this is what we're going to get the more you continue to do it. Look in the mirror and manifest what you want. Only use things that are in the present tense. I am beautiful. I am wealthy. Money flows freely to me. I am abundant. I am happy. I love myself. I have a new home. I am healing, or I am healed. I am confident. I am bold. I am fearless. I am lovable. I am beautiful. This is for us. So do not worry, because it will all be put right in the end. Now, with that being said, who in fact has gotten a one question reading? I'm going to look here. I know nobody did the super chat. For those that are feeling compelled to get a question answered after that, you're more than welcome to. You can do it through Super Chat or PayPal. And while we're waiting for everybody to let me know who's gotten a reading, let me go ahead and tell y'all how this date went. But first, let me get some water. Let me get my water. Thank you, sweetie. All right, perfect, baby. I got it. So go ahead and send me your question and your sign, Emily. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to do a story time, okay, sweetie? So just be patient, okay? So last night, let me go ahead and get her question first before I get into this, because I can't get distracted. But yeah, you guys, get titanium quartz. I got mine today. And I put it up to the sun outside, and I saw through it. It was actual quartz, because it felt so light. And I was like, is this real? And it's real. I feel it. It's an interesting feeling. Check it out. This could help. It's for all chakras. Once again, I said the information earlier. Get you a selenite wand. I'm going to talk about, you know what? I'm going to do videos for each crystal that I have. I don't know why the fuck I didn't think about it like that. Oh my God. Okay, we'll talk about it. You guys see, I have too much video. I have too many ideas. I just have to do them. I just have to stop looking at all of them at once and just like do them one by one. That's my problem. See, I just learned something about myself after doing that reading and kind of like saying that, and it kind of like coincided in some way. Emily, wait. Oh, she's Gemini. Okay, so hold on. So, okay, Emily, so I'm going to do your reading, but let me do the story time in the middle, and we'll take a little break because I've been going, okay? I hope you don't mind, but it won't be long, okay? Also, guys, don't forget to get black tourmaline and pyrite. Pyrite helps you transmute negative energy. Again, I'll do videos on this once again. You know, I'll get to it, but and you can also use black tourmaline for many, many different things, but ultimately it's to help from psychic attack, help from spirits, a multitude of things. But yeah, so this is what happened on the day. Are y'all ready for this? This is going to be a miniature story time. And Dara, by the way, I noticed in last stream, You said something about somebody talking about peg leg. Can you please tell me who the fuck you're talking about so I can confront them about stealing my fucking story? I don't give a fuck. Who is it? Let me back out of this. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, oops. Excuse me. Oh, my God. That was so not ladylike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. And before I did that, I was over here talking about oopsie, poopsie. What the fuck am I doing? Oh shit, I be cracking myself up every day. I be doing some crazy shit, man. No, you don't smell it because it smells like water, bitch. Don't do me, bitch. Don't do me. Shit, you better stay your ass over there. Shit, girl, you know you water ain't got no damn scent. Your stinking ass. I know, right? I told you, hey, bitch. Right? Yes, girl, that should have been me in the picture. Okay. All right, so let me tell the story. So last night, right? Remember I told you guys he was asking me if I was afraid of heights, if I was allergic to anything. I said no, you know, blah, blah, blah. So he gets here. And because it rained earlier that day, he told me that he was going to take me to the rooftop, which I've never been to. And, but it was closed because it rained. So he had a change of plans. He had a plan B, plan C. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. I can't wait. So we're going on down the road and we're getting to know each other. And it seems like things are really, you know, we're hitting it off. Things are cool. I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty cool. He has a good head on his shoulders. You know, he's really about his business. He told me about what he does and he works for a tow company, stuff like that. So, you know, he knows what he wants to do. And he told me how he got the job. And it was interesting because it took him 7 months of convincing the person that does the hiring to hire him, which I thought that was pretty impressive. Right. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, so little tidbits I'm learning about him, little tidbits he's learning about me, right? Okay, so as we're getting to our destination, he finally tells me, well, since you're, you know, this is such a good conversation, you know, you make me want to tell you where I'm going to take you, because at first, you know, he didn't want to say, you know, he didn't want to ruin the surprise. And so anyways, he takes me downtown somewhere, downtown Houston, to some pizza place. And I was kind of wasn't impressed by that. Like, not to be rude, but I was just like, pizza? That's kind of bland. But then I was like, oh, cool, that's great. I was hungry. I don't give a shit, you know, and plus I like my pizza with cheese crust anyway. So wherever you're going to take me, it better be Pizza Hut. But since I knew it wasn't going to be Pizza Hut, I was just kind of like, oh, you know, but I went with it. I didn't tell him any of that. Mind you, I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. So anyways, we get there. And mind you, your girl was dressed to the nines. And I forgot to add this little detail. He wasn't dressed to the nines. Now, mind you, he doesn't have to be dressed to the nines. But like, now I'm making you look good, honey. And now I'm looking like I'm chilling with a scrub. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is like I can't get no love from me. And in this case, he wasn't in the passenger side in his best friend's ride. He was in his own ride, but it was still unimpressive. He was still a scrub. You feel what I'm saying? So we get to the pizza place. And like I said, I'm dressed to the nines. And so we get there. I order me, you know, your girl gets her a bacon cheeseburger with grilled mushrooms. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna do me, you know, it sounds good. I'm gonna fuck with that. So anyway, and mind you, the way he was dressed, he had a Black Panther t-shirt on, a Black Panther hat, and a hoodie. So I was kind of like, are you trying to say something? But mind you, I didn't say it. but I was thinking it. So anyway, so I'm just like, I'm minding my own business, doing my thing. So anyway, so we get our order. And I'm walking up the stairs and you can hear, there's a section. It was so small, like New York. I guess the restaurant was supposed to simulate how it was in New York. And he was just telling me how good the pizza was. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm a foodie too, dude. But like, it's not that fucking serious. You're talking about pizza. Now, if we were talking about Vietnamese food, then hell the fuck yeah, I would be drooling all over the motherfucking place. He was talking about sushi. I would be all for it. I'd be like, yeah, that's just, hell yeah, I'm ready, but pizza, like, you can't really brag about that. Like, he was just like emphasizing it. So I'm just like, okay. And there were a few times where like he was just talking and I full well understood what he was saying, but he was like making comments almost as though he felt like I didn't get him. So I was just kind of like, you're kind of condescending. I caught that. So I was like, oh, whatever. So again, I'm walking up the stairs. There's a little section. Like I said, it's really small. So there's a little section up top and I'm walking up the stairs in my heels. And I'm sexy as fuck. Everybody was smiling at me. The guy that took my order was smiling at me. The guy that rang me up was smiling at me. The guy that gave me my food was smiling at me. The white guy that was sitting in the corner at the top was smiling at me. And girl, he was staring at me all the way until I sat down. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, I sure wish that I could be on a date with him rather than this fucking scrub. So anyway, your girl was acting, she was doing her thing and, so I was just like, we're talking. And again, we're getting acquainted. And then, so he asked me a question about, so tell me more about yourself. And I told him personally, I was like, that's kind of a broad question that I don't really like, to answer because I don't know where to start. And so he kind of was like trying to argue with me and make a logical point about how you could start here, but it's like, yeah, even if I start in a section, or in a, subject matter or a topic, it's still, where do I begin? There's so much I could tell you about myself. And usually I just like to observe and kind of ask along the way, ask specific questions along the way, or just kind of mention things that get a conversation started. So he kind of like argued with me about that for some reason. And I was just kind of like, okay, so you're argumentative for no reason. Caught that. So I was like, again, your girl was acting, everything was cool. We're chilling, we're doing our thing. Mind you, I was like side-eyeing the white guy, and I was just like, oh. So anyway, so we're eating and we get our stuff to go and we bring up dessert. And this is where shit takes a turn, right? This is where shit takes a fucking turn. Just wait for it. I want y'all to get ready. So we get back to the car with the food and everything. And, I'm thinking we're having a great time, of course, aside the few hiccups that I observed silently. And then we start to talking, and I told him I was mixed. I told him what I was mixed with, I told him that that's not necessarily, he's like, now that would have been a good thing to tell me when I asked that question, tell me more about yourself. And I was like, that's not the first thing that I think of to tell people, like, again, I don't really know you, we're still getting, so I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll let it slide. He's talking shit on the slick, but I'm gonna let it slide. So then after a while, he was telling me about himself, about, in kind, and telling me that he had Guatemalan and all this stuff. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I'd love to go out and see that. I would love to travel. That's actually what I'm working towards, to be able to travel and do what I love and be able to pay my bills and shit and, pay for my fucking expenses. So he was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And I was asking him to say something in Guatemalan. So he was like, oh, well, it's a really complicated language and da-da-da-da-da. And so he just starts explaining things about the language, but not saying anything in it. And he's like, well, I know and then after he finally gets to the point, he's like, I know a few phrases. And I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, what is it? And he was like, he said something that meant something. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. That's interesting. I said, it sounds different. I like that. He was like, yeah, I wish I knew more, blah, blah, blah. And so then I started talking to him about an ice cream place because I wanted dessert. And so I was telling him, man, maybe next time I'll take you to this place. It's called Red Circle. They have churros and they put it in the ice cream of your choice. I said, that place is really badass and I'm sure you'd love it. And so he said, hey, he kind of cut me off like in the middle of it, you know, tell him about it. And he was like, hey, you want to hear something? I was like, sure. And he was like, you want to play a game? And I was like, okay, sure. And he was like, well, in Guatemalan culture, there's this game called the silent game. And then he said it in the language. And he was like, let's see who can stay silent the longest. And immediately after he said that, I knew what he was trying to do. And so I said, so anyway, like I was saying, the place is called Red Circle. They have churros in your ice cream of choice. You can get any topping that you would like, you know, and it's a really good place. I would like, you know, and he was like, oh, well, it does sound really good. And I said, see, that you could have just said that before, but okay. And that's when it got quiet. So when I started calling him out on his little shit like that, that's when I knew that I was done. And that's when he knew I was done. And so, yeah, that's the story of the date. I decided that although, you know, he can on the surface appear to be nice, there were little things that I noticed, little red flags where I was just like, your girl's not, again, I'm not going to settle. I don't want you. I need to find somebody that's in the oil industry. Okay. Somebody that has real money, somebody that's, you know, really about their business. Somebody that's not small-minded like that. Somebody that don't play little games like that thinking that I'm going to go for it. You're not going to tell me to be quiet, bitch. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. Last time I motherfucking checked, I was 27 the motherfuck years old. Last time I motherfucking checked, I was saying something, bitch, and you will respond to it. Whether you want to or not. If you act like you're not going to hear it, I'll get louder because y'all know I'm loud. Okay? I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck about, oh, maybe I should know, bitch. I'm going to tell you to your face. Don't talk to me like that, bitch. But again, I didn't say it like that, but I was thinking it. But my response told him as much. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take a couple puffs and we're going to get into Emily's reading, girl. Okay. And what was weird, too, is we went to House of Pies for dessert. And mind you, your girl got a New York strawberry cheesecake. Dude, those people were so fucking rude to me. Unnecessarily rude. And I had made a comment about it. And I already explained to him that I was an empath and all of that. And the way he had his head, like he was looking at the road. He didn't even say anything to me about how I said it. And I said, well, I know you heard me. I said, that shit was rude as fuck. 5 minutes later, guys, literally 5 minutes later, he finally, you know, after making me feel like I'm, you know, all awkward and, you know, being quiet and ignoring what I'm saying, he then said, you know, yeah, I did notice that the vibes were weird. You know, I'm sorry about that. And I was just thinking in my head, fuck you. Like, I'm already done with you. You already displayed your little bitch ass behavior. You feel me? And, you know, I told you, look, you know, this is how I'm feeling. This is why. And you act like that? Oh, hell no. We're done. Don't call me. And so he hit me up today talking about, hey, you and your squad can hit me up anytime, whenever you need your stuff. That's all I was going to use you for anyway, dude. You know what I'm saying? If I ever need, you know, some green or whatever, then I'll hit you up. But other than that, I'm probably just going to go to my old connect. So I don't even have to fuck with you because I don't need shit from you, to be real with you, unless I really do need some weed. Okay. Don't flatter yourself, honey. Because I certainly wasn't thinking about you. That's why I didn't text you. That's why you had to text me. Again, what? So, you know, somebody's all confused. He couldn't tell if I was being sarcastic or serious at one point. Because your girl, when I start seeing shit like that, your girl gets serious. But see, I'm such a good actress that people can't tell when I'm joking or when I'm not. I could do nice, nasty real easy. Oh, yeah. I could do it real easy. It throws people off. It freaks them out. Good, bitch. Good. So, yeah, that's my little story time, y'all. Okay. Plus, when I got in the vehicle, like, not only was he not dressed to the nines, at least dressed nicely, like, at least put on a fucking button up, some jeans and some fucking, like, Converse or something. Try a little bit. You feel me? Not a fucking Black Panther t-shirt and hat and sweatshirt. I don't know. Maybe I am old school or something, but when you're taking somebody out, you taking them out. You're supposed to look nice. I ain't the only one putting in motherfucking time on my look, bitch. You got to make me look good, too. I ain't the only one that's supposed to make you look good, bitch. Okay. A video on what? What do you mean, Lesby? A video on what? The story time? Now let me get to Emily's rating. If there's anybody else who would like one question answered, do please let me know. He didn't even open the door for me. I noticed little shit like that. I don't say it, but I'm thinking it. That's what people don't understand. And I'm still being nice about it, so you can't tell that I'm thinking it. But I'm thinking it. I notice all of that. I don't want that. Gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for Emily, who is a Gemini, and her Scorpio? Is her Scorpio the real deal? Oh, hell no, Dara. I would have stabbed him in the eye with a fork. Okay? And walked out of that bitch and still told him to pay for it. Okay? So I see the Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands coming out for you. Interesting energies after we pulled that Seven of Wands earlier in the collective there. The Hierophant reversed. Very interesting to see here. I see that, you know, you may be dealing with a breakup here or dealing with something within the family where someone has stepped outside of the home or stepped outside of the relationship. And maybe you're just, again, going through a divorce here or working on a breakup. Maybe you feel like your kindness is being taken for weakness in some way. But right now you're focused on maintaining your home, your money, you know what I mean? Maintaining your stability. There's a lot of cards coming out for you, actually. So we have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, you're dealing with a cycle that's now coming to completion due to some sort of betrayal, but you're moving into a time where you are more successful and you're starting to see more growth in your life. Now, I also feel like this person is giving you a lot of attention here, but it's going to cause a lot of pain for you just because this situation, you know, with this Knave of Swords reverse and this King of Swords, right along with this King of Wands, I feel like this person is emotionally removed from the situation. I also feel like this person's not going to come through on their promises about wanting a relationship. He's going to end up saying that he doesn't want to move forward. I also feel like there could be some situations where there could be some miscommunication between the two of you. You may have blocked someone else and decided not to work with someone as well, but I do see fire energy and air energy, so I'm not sure if you know what's in his chart, but that could be helpful to identify who exactly this could be referring to. But I do feel like this person, especially with the King of Swords and the King of Wands, this person is focused on work. He's focused on kind of being more passionate. I don't really feel like he's wanting to work on this as a relationship, though. Things may have moved forward at first, but I feel like you're standing your ground about something here with the Seven of Wands, and I want to clarify that, though. Let me see the Six of Wands. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this situation will go in your favor then with this new situation. So I guess the prominent energies that are coming up, yeah, because the Knight of Wands reverse is coming up. So I do feel like you've dealt with a lot of defensiveness. This person's more passionate. And if you're saying that that is your exes, I do see a lot of fire and air coming through rather than just water. But I do feel like the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor and it's clarifying the Six of Wands. So I do see that, you know, there will be growth with the situation. He will give you the attention that you desire. And I also feel like, you know, he will give you the recognition and the gratification you feel you deserve. But yeah, I feel like this is a situation where there could be some defensiveness. So just be wary of that. I definitely see some miscommunication that could be up and coming that you guys may have to deal with, you know. Yeah, I feel like you avoided a disaster already here. You may have come out of a time where you're feeling fearful, but I do feel like, you know what? I do feel like this will be a stable situation for you, especially with this Three of Wands. You will see your ships come in. The Sun reversed. Yeah. So I definitely feel like, you know, you're already dealing with the completion here. It could be still on your mind a little bit. So just be wary of that. He may try and come back and try and cause some drama. He could be stalking you and looking at what you're doing and who you're with as well. So that could also cause some conflict as well here. But I do feel like things will go well with this new guy. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But just make sure you get yourself to where you're not really thinking about that. That way it's not affecting you in any way or subconsciously causing any issues with communication concerning you and this new guy. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Oh. Woo! That was a mouthful, you guys. I swear I love doing these live readings because the energy just, it becomes better and better and better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can just see us like shooting to the moon. I love it. But with that being said, you guys, your girl's going to go eat some dinner. And I just want to let you guys know that open enrollment for my tarot courses is still open until April 30th. You guys can make your payment through paypal.me link, linked in the description box below. Keep in mind, guys, you're more than welcome to, if you guys do get any merch, guys, be sure to send in some pictures for that. And also, I will be coming up with more details concerning the giveaway that I will be doing in, well, actually, I'll do it in June since the courses will be held in May. Also, anybody who has already gotten their reading, please do check out my Facebook page. You guys can check that link below as well. You guys can go ahead and leave a review. So far, we've got 5 stars, so let's keep it that way. But other than that, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. And until next time, stay blessed, not stressed, you guys. Peace and love.